Welcome to Central Scotland Motorhome Hire. Today I'm going to show you the first of two videos that were made up for the vehicle that you've hired. I'm going to take you inside now and show you all round about it, and if you've got any other questions, ask us on the day. Anything at all, just ask. I'm now going to show you the 590 set up for the beds. I'm going to quickly run through everything in the van very quickly because I'm conscientious of the time it's taken to watch all the videos. They're really important, so I'm going to right in about it. Under here, where my left hand is just now, there's a wee lever that you can lift it up and it can move the table like so, back and forwards, sideways as well, right over to give you more room to come through. But we're going to put the bed down, so we need to bring the table right over, make it sit in the middle and sit about there. And there's a button on the floor. You push the button in with your foot and start pushing the table down. And as you can see, I'm just about to hit the grey seat, so I leave it again and just nicely drop it down, right down here until it falls into place like so. What you then grab the foam, like so, and you drop the foam into place here. And from the back garage, you'll find there's one of these wee tables stowed in the right hand side of the garage. There's wee arrows on here. You pull it up, flick it up, the arrow is pointing up there, flick it, pull it up, flick, like so. We'll get this ready, put it to the side just now. This seat here has to come out. And then there's two holes and there's two grommets here. They simply fit it into the holes like so, and the bed comes back down and it should fit snugly like so. And the last wee bit of the bed just fits into this corner. So fold up the table again once you've taken the bed apart, follow the arrows, push down, clicks in, push down, so, and that goes back into the garage at the rear. The coffee table in the middle, unfortunately you need to go down your hands and knees, unless we get big feet, to back to the button again. Give it a wee push down on the table, press the button, and the table will simply rise back up to the desired position. When the four passengers or four people are in the vehicle, obviously you get a driver and three passengers. The two seat belts are on this seat here, but you're probably thinking, how can I get my legs down? So when you're driving the vehicle, this bit has to come out and it can go over the other side, and take this wee bit out. And this bit lifts up, this bit gets removed, and it can go over out the way, and you can put your seat back up if you want, right back in, and that's you. You've got your two passengers seat belts here. To use the drop down bed, press the button and it quite simply lowers the bed down. Now there's two chocks at the other side. Bring it down, but don't bring it out down any further that it hits the cushions on the right hand side, because it will damage the cushions, and that's how far down the bed goes. The bed will sit there, but what you would want to do is get the ladders from the rear in the garage and clip the ladders on the wheel edge here, and that will get you up into the bed. You can actually lower this bed right down, but what you need to do is remove the chocks that's on the runner. Over here there's two chocks, one at either side. They just turn, you don't need to unscrew, the whole chalk just turns itself and then clips it, it slips out quite easy. You need to remove the back cover and the back cover at this side here and put it underneath the table. Lower the table down like I showed you in the previous sketch and take this cover seat out altogether. Now it does come out quite easy. It looks a wee bit complicated, but you lift this off and you simply slip this seat out from the seat belt, take this out this way and remove this all together and set it on top of the table to keep it nice and clean. That allows you then to drop the bed all the way right down to almost the level of a normal bed that you get in the house if you're a wee bit scared of sleeping too high or if you want it down lower. We're back in the 590 and we have a fire extinguisher as soon as you come in the door on the right hand side. You've got your on and off light switches, and when we come up right up in the top corner we've got a socket. You lift the wee lid and that's you've got a 13 amp UK socket. Your television, there's a wee lever at the side. You lift it up and pull your television out and you can turn when you're obviously sitting down at the lounge, and you can angle it what view you require. You've got your carbon monoxide sensor. Up in this cupboard here you've got your first aid box, and to get in here press the button and lift the first aid box, but we also have disposable gloves for when you're emptying the toilet cassette. We recommend using them, it keeps it a bit more hygienic. Close it and push the button in. Coming over to this side, we have the kitchen area. Underneath here you have a light, and just touch it. It's a wee white dot there and you just touch the dot and it turns the light on and off. Again, we've got another 13 amp socket that only works on site. Close it up here. Down in the kitchen area, nice wee touch here to get into the sink. Lift it up and these can be used as shelves. Like so. And obviously just put it back together. And a couple of wee lights up above here. These are touch lights. They can be used when you're in your bed at night and just touch them on and off. In the 740, the water tank is under the lounge seats, the middle lounge at the front. And to get into that, obviously you need to move the two seats. The back cover, like so, simply lifts off. And the back cover here, you need to take this off. Just put your hand down the back, release the Velcro, like so, and carefully just put it up here. Lift the lid here, and we are under at the water tank. Now, vehicles can only be driven on the roads at 20% water capacity. You can't fill the tank up and drive about with the tank full, because it could mean that you could be overweight, but they do not recommend running with a full tank. So, to achieve 20% water to capacity, unscrew the lid. Inside the tanks, I'm going to bring it out just now, it's basically stoppers. There's two stoppers. There's one that goes in to the lower end of the tank. Put that in. And there's another stopper in here, exactly the same as that. Lift it up and take it out. Now this stopper is in a higher position. If you take this other stopper out, the one closest to myself, take that out and that will release water and leave you with 20% capacity. Once it gets down to 20%, simply put the stopper back in and close it up again. So, and also simply put the cap back on. Make sure it's quite tight, because when you're filling up, the last thing we want is water to start coming out the tank up here. And that's simply the water tank. As I say, only run at 20% capacity when you're running at the road, but on site, fill your tank up. Here is the fridge units in the vehicles. I'm just going to show you how to work the fridge. Simply hold for 2 seconds for the power on. There we go, and it's flashing just now. It's looking for electric. We're not hooked up at the moment, so what to do is hold the middle button, a couple of seconds, and it starts to flash on its own. Scroll back to automatic and hit the button, and we're on automatic. So at what temperature do you want? Simply scroll up and down, and you can see these going up to the 5. Bring it back down to about 4, which is fine. And that should be it. And it's now looking for the gas. we've not got gas, because it knows we've not got electric because we're not hooked up. It's trying to find the gas. I've not turned the gas on, but there we go. It will eventually jump onto the leisure battery. But if in doubt, bring it back up, hold the button. It's now flashing again. Put it on, scroll over to the leisure battery. That's what you do when you're driving, is fire it onto the leisure battery, and probably in the leisure battery keep it down to about a 3. So if you're off site wild camping, put it onto gas. When you're driving, put it onto the battery symbol for the vehicle, and if you're on site, put it on to the electric sign on site. Bring it back to here, that's you going on, and I want it, and then it's asking you again what temperature. Simple. On the floor we have another wee storage cupboard. Push the back end of it and lift it up, and you can put your storage stuff like toilet rolls, toiletries, wine, beer, whatever you want. You put it into the cupboard there. Over in your right hand corner we have a USB socket on the wall, so you can charge your phones, etc. To get into one of these cupboards, push the handle down and open, and again close it like so. Just unclip and unclip the bottom one, and the shower screen just comes over and slots in like so. The light in the toilet shower is just a touch. Also in the toilet area you have 2 cupboard doors. Push the button and this actually takes you into the garage. You can actually access the ladder. We've took the ladder out just now, but you can access the ladder, etc. to get in. Also in the garage you can put these 2 shelves down. There's one here and there's one just above, and that can sit there, so you can store some stuff on the shelves in the garage if you want, and that's easy access to come in here and get it. And the other one is your wardrobe. This is your wardrobe space in here. In the 590 there's a safety device on the window. Should you have the gas on, this window can't be opened. It's got a window sensor on it, like so. If this sensor recognises the window is open, it will cut the gas off altogether, because the flue for the 590 is just underneath the window. So unfortunately, if you find problems with your gas or your heating's not working, etc., just make sure this window, it's on the right hand side of it when you come into the lounge, or facing you when you come into the lounge. The windows, all the windows have the wee locks like so. You push the button, turn the lever, and turn the lever, open up, and exactly the same again, just close until you hear the click, click and click. We also have the fly screens, or nudgy screens. It simply clicks in at the bottom. To release, it's your thumb, lift your thumb up and hold on to it, let it go up, and then the blackout blinds just simply click in like so. To release them, squeeze together, but hold on to them and let it down slowly. Obviously the midginets come down just now because I'm trying to do it with one hand. Hold it and let it back up. The skylight just above the kitchen has a handle, and quite simply, all you do is wind it clockwise and that lifts the skylight. But please don't leave this open during the day if you're leaving the vehicle, just in case it rains, because the last thing we want is the vehicle flooded. Simply close it like so, on anti-clockwise. Just get to a wee point, not too tight, and then slot it back in. Again, you will have your own blinds up here, blackout blinds and fly screen. We also have a fly screen fitted to the front doors of these vehicles as well. In the 740 we have captain seats with armrests. You can adjust your armrest. There's a wee roller underneath here. Just scroll it whatever direction you want it to go, to lift it up or down. To turn the captain seat round, there's a lever just down here. Push it out to the right hand side and simply turn right round to whatever position you want it to go. To open the front skylight, simply pull the levers down. There's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and opens up, and you tighten it up with these 2 knobs either side. And please do not drive with this on open. It's not meant to be driven with it open. To close it, unscrew the locking buttons, bring it back down, and like so. And we have at the front your Midgenet and obviously your blackout ones. We have the radio, and it's a swipe screen, so you can swipe it right along, etc. You've got your navigation, obviously click it on there, and to bring it back to the home menu, press the home button. The camera to watch your bike rack, press that and you can look down on the back bike rack. Give it a swipe across. We've got the Bluetooth. When you're connecting your Bluetooth, it'll be a pairing list, and the pin on your phone, when you're searching on your phone to connect a device, the pin will be the 4 zeros. In the middle screen we have an AV in. This, when you press it, is connected up to a rear view mirror camera, and that's the back wall at the moment because the vehicle's inside our workshop, and that's how you work the radio. You can also put your phone in the phone holder when you're driving. Simply at the back, lift it up. It's a bit stiff, but don't be scared to lift it. The wee lever here, you can see it lock and unlock. Unlock brings this out, put your phone in, and it'll clamp down on the phone. And we have a cable here. You can connect your USB cable to here and into your phone, and that will put it through the radio system if that's what you want to put your music on, or as you can Bluetooth it. To close it all down, put the wee lever away, push it all down, and simply close it down. If you want the radio on at night time without the ignition in the barrel, there's a button just behind here. Press it at the top and that will bring the radio on, and you can put the radio on Bluetooth, your music, etc. And there's obviously speakers at the back that will play your music. Down here, if you're on a grass pitch and it's a bit slippy, put the traction control on and that will lock your diff. And that will help with traction getting out if you're finding it a wee bit sticky. All the motorhomes are fitted with window blinds, and using your finger and thumb, pinch here and just slide it right out, and do the same at the driver's side, pinch and slide it right over. It's magnetised and the 2 will meet in the middle and they will join, and that will be then closed. To release them, just hold on to them, again just pinch it, just nicely gently bring them across until they come in, and they need to click in like so, because the last thing you want to do is go around a corner and the blind ends up opening up and you can't see. So onto the door, much the same. The door's a bit more delicate. Again, just pinch, bring it out and just be delicate with it. As you see, it starts to come out like so. Just bring it straight across and click it in like so. Again, pinch, unclip and just bring it back, help it back at the top. Back in there. It'd be ideal if it was adults that we've done it rather than small children, just in case they do it. And click it in like so, so it stops the blind opening up. We also have in the garage a selection of items for you guys to use. We have a 6-seater picnic bench. We've got 2 fold up seats and 2 benches. They all fold up and they get into the table, which folds down as a big case and goes into this black bag. We've also got 2 camper seats for you guys, so we've 8 seats all together. The camper seats are quite easy, obviously they're put in wee bags, etc. You know how a camper seat works. The electric hookup. Some places you might go to if you want to plug it into a house or a 13 amp socket, we've got one of these in the bags in the boot as well. We've got the brush and shovel set to keep the vehicle clean for us, and also stops it being too much of a mess. We've got the picnic blanket, and we've got the water hoses to fill up with the fresh water. The fuel system, simply pull the cap open, use your ignition key into the diesel, turn it, off it comes, and fill it with diesel. Lock it up again, turn the key, out it comes. Now, we fill up the vehicles with AdBlue, but they only tend to do about 1,000 miles to 1,200 miles. It's such a small AdBlue tank. But if you need to get AdBlue, get some from a petrol station, and we will reimburse you if you keep the receipt. On the hose on the AdBlue, slot it straight in there as far as it can go, and pierce the bottom of the can for your AdBlue so that the AdBlue runs in a lot quicker, because if you try and put the hose straight in, it'll take forever to fill up. That's all you do, is put it in there for the AdBlue and the wee blue, and then close it back up. We send all the vehicles out with a full tank of fuel, diesel fuel. When you come back, we would ask that you have the tank full. There's a petrol station right outside the front of our offices. Well, that's you seen in the first video. Any questions when you come in on the day you're picking up the vehicle? We also have another video that we will show you on the day of the toilets, the cycle rack, all that kind of stuff. The stuff it's really important that you need to know, and it's better to show you that video on the day. It's one of the things we need to do just to keep ourselves all right and make sure that you really know how to work the vehicle when you leave the site. We'll not let you just there's the keys and go. We're not like that. We'll take you in, show you the video, and any questions you can then ask.